Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach Shady. We have special guests today, PBA National Champion Michael Machuga. And today we're going to talk about the challenges of hitting your target consistently. Mike, you've seen it, you've done it, I've done it. A lot of our players do it. Just trying to be consistent, seeing the target and hitting that target each and every shot. What are some of the challenges that you see?
Yeah, most of the time I see it stemming from the setup and into the push. If you have a good setup and a good start, where all your lines are aligned, the consistency of hitting your target is going to be a lot bit better. If you got some tangle lines, you're going to have some difficulties.
Really well said. We're going to talk about that next. Let's get it started. First thing I want to talk about, I want you to check your game as well, is the setup. We got Michael here. We're going to talk about the structure. The feet, the hips, and the shoulders are always pointed at the target. Whether you're playing up the lane, you're inside with some launch angle. Notice his structure, feet, hips, and shoulders. Number two is the ball side here, the elbow gently on a hip. Michael and I both like the arm parallel with the approach. And then you've got the non-ball side hand over here to help support it. And then he's actually going to help push it. That's the structure, the first major component to get you more accurate as a player. So we're going to first talk about the setup. Mike, explain the setup to our viewers, just what we need to do as we address the shot.
Yeah, I tell my collegiate players that it shouldn't even matter where I'm standing in the bowling center. If I see them on the approach, I should be able to know whether they're shooting a 7-pin or a 10-pin. If they're addressing a 7-pin, it should look to me like they're going to throw a strike shot. I should be able to distinctly see if they're facing that 7. So really important to get the feet, hips, and shoulders aligned to the target. If I'm going to be shooting a 7, I want those feet, hips, and shoulders perpendicular. And vice versa, if I'm shooting a 10, I want them facing this way. And that's going to go along with whether you're playing straight or using open angles to hook it. You want that setup starting from the feet going up through the through the hips and shoulders to be aligned to your target.
So important, feet, hips, and shoulders always pointed at your target. As Mike said, whether you're on the right side of the lane or left side, they've got to be pointed in that direction. Step number 2 of the setup, let's talk about where that bowling ball in the arm should be. Those elbows on the hip, we've got his arm parallel with the approach, and then over here on the left side, his non-ball side, he's got his left hand to help support it and to help create some movement with the bowling ball. That is the proper setup to help us get accurate and hit our target on a more consistent basis. So the second part of this, being more accurate and hitting your target more on a consistent basis, is really swing direction. We've talked in the past on previous videos where we've got the shoulder and then we got the chin. We call that the bowling slot. In this area here, the ball always wants to be pushed into that slot so it stays on line all the way through his approach. And Michael, what do you see when players get out of that slot and you really start seeing some accuracy issues?
Yeah, a big tendency is to get that start kind of outside the line. And what that does is creates the reverse figure 8 that we don't want to see, right? It gets behind the back, and then we get to the amateurs work the outside of the ball, pros work the inside of the ball. When that's the reverse figure 8, the return gets the hand to the outside, whereas pros tend to bump it in a little bit more, and they do the figure 8 this way to get inside of it. So oftentimes we see amateurs get the ball outside of the slot.
Yeah, that's really well said. It kind of gets in that direction there, and then you got some major issues at the bottom of your swing at the release. So we're going to take a look now on the lanes as Michael makes a full shot. Pay attention to his setup, his swing direction, and watch how good he is to his target. We're seeing Michael Machuga up on the approach right now. Look at his setup, how his feet, hips, and shoulders are directly pointed at the target. The arm is on the side, parallel. He's got support on the left side with his left hand. Now really pay attention to his swing direction. Watch that push away. See how he pushes it right into the slot. Swing is on line as it gets down through the release. Follow through stays within the slot. What a great shot by Michael Machuga. So we just finished up some of the components that our players need to be more accurate, having that precision accuracy. We talked about the setup and then swing direction. Kind of summarize it for our viewers today on what you do as a coach and a player to maintain that as you go forward.
Yeah, all about lines at setup and the start, keeping things in the slot under the chin. The more things you get going in the same direction, the easier it is going to be to hit your target.
Really good advice from Michael Machuga. Review this lesson that we gave today. Go out, make sure that setup is exactly what we talked about. Make sure the swing stays on line. You'll be more accurate and become a better player.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching our video today. Hopefully you learned something you can apply to your game. Do us a favor, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Also, if you'd like to get backstage access to our coaches, you can join our online community at backstagebowling.com. Use the coupon code SAVE20 to save $20 off an annual subscription. Thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.